Here's the results. This is the 19th of September. These are our winter grains that you helped planted. We just had 2 inches of rain. This is the size 12 boot, and it's taller than that 12 inches a boot. So I didn't bring a measuring stick. Got pretty good germination, got a pretty good crop, very little weeds. We didn't have as much rain as we had last year. We only had 5.5 inches of rain up until the other night. We got 2 inches of rain, so this crop has had 7.5 inches of rain on it. And we planted on August 7th, and this is the 19th. So I suppose September 7th. That's about 30 some days of growth. But you remember when we worked the soil up, and this is what we got. Looks pretty dang good to me. But, we'll go on over here and look. This was the winter greens, and we planted winter greens, pure attraction, no plow, forage oats, and tall tine tubers. So quite a variety. What you see here is the tall tine tubers, and they also, it would have been nice to have a little more rain, but like I say, we were short of rain, but they did make forage. I don't, the turnip part is going to be questionable, but it was so wet in July, you couldn't plant them in July either because it was just mud up here. So we got good forage, tons and tons of top forage. Whether it makes that turnip part, that's another story, but like I said, it's a crapshoot in these fall annuals because of the rainfall that's needed. So, but you can see it grew in really thick. So I'm happy with it. I wish we would have had, last year at this time we had almost 20 inches of rain, and this year, just the difference to show you, up until last night, we'd only had 5.5 inches of rain on this. So it needed some more rain, but now we have a total of 7.5, so it can maybe even get growing a little faster now. Got a few velvet leaf in here. This is that pure attraction, and you can see it's knee high, and basically it had 5.5 inches of rainfall on it. Counting that, it didn't get much benefit from it last night, but a subscriber on my channel, Patrick O'Brien, asked me what the best fall annual was, and I told him pure attraction. And Patrick, I hope you can see why I told you that now. This was planted on the 7th, tons and tons of forage here, and pure attraction. If you can go with that, that's the number, that lives up to its name. Just all kinds of borascas, you name it, it's a blend, and it does a tremendous job. Now keep in mind, this is the 19th of September, and this is knee high. They will eat this entire crop down to nothing but dirt during the winter. Pure attraction, the #1 go-to, Whitetail Institute. This stuff here that we're looking at, we did minimal amount of tillage. We didn't plow this, we just tore up the ground. This is your no plow, and that's how tall that is. That's not too bad. Like I say, minimal amount of tillage. Guy could do this with a rake. We did it with the pulverizer, and we planted all those at the same time. So this is your no plow. This was an old road right here. We just seeded the road, but no use in not using it. So that's the results on that. This is that Whitetail Institute clover we planted on April 1st. Here in Iowa, the youth season starts and the handicap season starts today on September 19th. So as you could see, if you would have did your homework and field work, you could have one heck of a green field to be hunting over. I probably won't be hunting over these fields. I plant them for forage for the wildlife. Now, what we just had was the annuals that we seen up on the big field. This is your mainstay, this perennial, and it's tremendous. It's right at the boot. It's probably 10 inches tall. Now I just put some 624-24 on it just prior to this rain, so it's really going to benefit from that. I've already had my success off this food plot by the many of you that have corresponded back and commented, and that I've helped you and encouraged you to show that the common man, we don't have to be some celebrity on the face of some seed package or some box store advertisement. We're just common American people, and we go out and get the job done also. We just don't get our lights up on the marquee, and we don't seek that. But I really appreciate you people watching these videos, and I'm so happy that I helped some of you out with some problems. And this is fact, Jack. You've seen it. This ain't no bullshit. This is the real deal. And that's what's neat about it. Yeah, you were right here with us back on April 1st. And you've seen this before. This is from a different angle. But there's our clover. It really grew in good. The pond's clear full. Mom's sitting up there on the cabin porch up there overlooking the pond, and what a view, what a view, what a view. But this was all done with right in front of you as we did all this. The chicory is really growing good. We've mowed it. The clover is another 10-12 inches tall up and through there. You cannot have enough food and distribute that food out. I want to wrap this up. You've seen the advantage of the food plots, how they grew. But I want to make one point clear. The more food plots you plant, the better off you're going to be. And the deer and the wildlife are going to benefit from it. These guys that are going out and dumping shake and bake in a pile of dirt and bringing one animal into it puts a lot of stress on them, and it subjects them to chronic wasting disease. Now, you can tell me to go to hell, blow it out my ass, or whatever you want to do, but that's a scientific fact, Jack. And I know some of you people want to argue that until hell freezes over, but that's your prerogative. But it will. And the more diversified you have, that spreads that wildlife out, takes the stress off of them, like a feeder, draws them all in there. They're all bunched up like people trying to get to the water cooler at one time. That water cooler is the first place to get the disease. Same way when you're dumping the shake and bake in a pile. One animal's got a disease, it's going to spread right through that herd. Because remember, as I told you before, deer are not inoculated like livestock are. Livestock get inoculated, so when they're in a herd, they don't pass the disease on from one to the other. Wildlife, if one gets a disease and they're all congregated up, they're all going to get it because they don't get inoculation. More food plots you plant, the better off. I would advise not dumping bait on the ground for white-tailed deer, because when you draw them into that one area, you are exposing them to a lot of stress and a real good chance of passing a disease on among the herd. And like I said, a lot of you probably just hit the delete button right now, and that's fine with me too, because I don't really care. If you don't want to listen to that and hear the fact check, that's fine, because all them people are pushing is dope so they can make a buck off of you trying to take a buck. So that's enough rambling from the non-typical Norwalkian. Hope you had success, and hope you get motivated to start your own food plots next year.